my name is Loren. This is the Bad Christian Podcast. And this isn't just kind of a Halloween getup, even though we are nearing Halloween. So why am I wearing this? Why is it called the Bad Christian Podcast? Who is this for? It's for everybody. Did you know that if you were in touch with your inner spirituality, that you are likely to live 7 more years? People who believe in a higher power tend to live longer. Even if we're just trying to be healthier and live longer and better, more fulfilling lives, let's get closer to God. But let's not do it how our parents did it. Let's not, a lot of us have religious trauma. How can we become more in tune with our higher power, with God, with the universe, with Source, become better, more loving people? I will make fun of Catholicism and religion, but I will never make fun of God. So I often will wear really ridiculous kind of Catholic aesthetically inspired clothing, but I am never making fun of God, and I just want that to be clear. I will make fun of religion, but never God. You'll never see me dressing up as Jesus. I feel like that is disrespectful, but modern day Christianity, religion has been used over the ages to manipulate, and I don't think that using God's name in vain means saying, "Oh my God." It means using God's name to manipulate, to get money, to hurt people, to get power, to start wars. In God's name, that is using the Lord's name in vain. So I might curse sometimes. Oh well, that's why it's called the Bad Christian Podcast, not the Perfect Podcast, not Be Like Me Podcast. I am trying to follow God and trying to share what I learn. Get closer to God, get closer to Jesus, and like myself a little bit better so that I can like other people a little bit better. I want to talk about today the 2 types of people that we need to get out of our lives. And I don't mean throw the baby out with the bathwater, get rid of them, tell them off, cut them off. But there are some people we do not need in our inner circle to elevate your life. Sometimes there's certain people that you need to remove from your life to improve your confidence, to improve your well-being, to improve your whole reality that you're living in. So what are the 2 types of people? The first person would be the dead weight. Someone who maybe is always negative about their lives. They can't seem to get their stuff together. They complain a lot. It's always some new drama. They're fun, but they're kind of like the person that you sort of feel bad for. You're sort of taking care of. You cannot lift these people up. They will drag you farther than you will lift them up. And if you want to become a better elevated version of yourself, you are who you hang out with. That saying is as old as time. You are who you hang out with. You will be more like them than they will become like you. You cannot save anybody. Everyone must save themselves. You don't have to stop talking to them. But when you distance yourself from people who are not where you want to be, why are you hanging out with people who you don't want to be like? You're never going to go farther in life. You're going to be stuck. You're going to stay where you're at. And that's fine if you like exactly where you're at. That's fine. But if you want to have a better life, if you want to work on yourself, if you want to elevate your life, you've got to start being picky. Sometimes that means spending time alone. But when you make room for people who are not serving your purpose, and you have a life purpose, it's not to be drained by someone else's drama if they can't get their own lives together. And sometimes you just need to back away from them from a season. You know, those people that it's like, you think, oh man, they're just going through a hard time. I just want to be there for them. And then years seem to be going by and it's just not getting any better and just getting worse. They're just taking your energy. Energy vampires. Leave them alone and you will make room for people who better serve your life. And you can serve. You cannot drag people. When I say like serve your purpose, you want to help people. Everyone should help each other. But if someone does not want to be helped and does not want to get better, you're wasting your time. Do not waste your time. You can love somebody, still care about them a lot, but that doesn't mean that you need to give them endless amounts of your time for them to drag you down. So that's one person. I call them the dead weight. or the vampire. They just kind of suck the life out of you. Number 2, people would say the narcissist. I use the word narcissist loosely. I know that word is so overused, and you can't call everyone that is an inconvenience in your life a narcissist. But we do. Someone who, okay, this is the best. I don't know how to describe them. But manipulator is another word. They're like a cage, and they love you in that cage. And the easiest way to know if you have one in your life is if you have a win and they make it seem smaller. Oh, that's cool, but so many other people can do that. They cringe when you compliment yourself. Like say, you feeling so good today? You feel like you look so pretty. Oh my God, I look so good. And they're like, God, ew, don't talk about yourself like that. Like, God. They just take you down a peg. They take you down a peg. It's because they feel low and they cannot have anyone be rising. They're so insecure and maybe jealous of you. It could be your own spouse. It could be somebody in your family. It could be a parent that every time you succeed at something, they have to take you down a notch. These are your haters. A lot of times these people, though, will have already some sort of control over you. They will be giving you money every month. They're your spouse, they're like financially taking care of a lot of things. But so you're trapped. You're kind of, they feel like they own you. The smaller you are, the easier you are to control. You know, if it's like a parent, they watch your kids or something, and you feel dependent on them to some level. If there's someone in your life like this, you can't just cut them off. You can't just leave. It would be wise of you to make moves so that you are not dependent on anybody. It's really hard when you have young kids. Really hard, but some people do it. Make yourself in such a way that you are not dependent on anyone. You could already be there. Start making a long plan. You don't have to get rid of them or get rid of them out of your life. You don't have to get them out of your life. But it is smart for you to not be under someone's control, anyone's control, especially someone, why is my face so itchy, who would make you feel small. Oh man, when some people realize they cannot control you, man, that's when they get vicious. Those are not your people. It is so important to be around your people, and I think that's a huge mistake that we make. Why is my face so damn itchy? It's very, very important that we have connection. That's almost, I feel like it's the reason for being alive, to really connect with people. It's part of the reason why I don't drink, because when you go hang out with a bunch of people and then too much alcohol gets flowing, it's just like this. You think you're having a good time, but there's just this separation. If you're the one sober and you're with a bunch of people drinking, they start hitting this point where their words are slurred, eyes are a little hazy. You start to wonder, are they going to remember any of this conversation? It's such a wasted time. I really believe that one of the reasons for being alive is to really connect with others, to love on people. You can't really love on people when you have no love for yourself and you feel so terrible about yourself that your cup is so empty. You know, you just see the people that leave hateful comments online. Like, I understand sometimes where they're coming from because I've been there before. In just really times of stress or long times of feeling in fight or flight mode when you're, I can't think of the word, but you feel icky and just ickiness comes out. But when you start to get at peace with yourself, you just become at peace with others. Yeah, you become at peace with others. Someone was telling me they went to like a church event. Someone asked to the group, what would you rate yourself 1 to 10 on how you view yourself, how well you view yourself, how great you think you are? Nobody would answer, because they were too embarrassed to answer. But the person who was telling me this story, I said I was a 10. She's like, I think I'm a 10. God made me. God says I'm special. God says I'm loved. So I'm a 10. I'll say 8 because we're taught to, be humble. But I think I'm a 10. And people are so grossed out when they hear the word self-love. So you just love yourself. And it doesn't mean you think you're better than anybody. Not at all. Loving yourself does not mean you think you are superior to anyone. To know that you're worthy and worth something. Why is that a bad thing? If you might not believe that God made you, but if you do believe that God made you, that he has a purpose for you. Why would you not love yourself? That's weird. That's strange. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening. And, oh, does my voice sound so great? I bet it does sound great in this microphone. I cannot wait to hear it. Thank you for listening to me, beautiful people. I love you. Bye.